New game. Okay, we did Adventurer. Oh, we didn't start with any walking aids, so we found both of them ourselves. So we started with a can of food. We get the sprint, which we didn't use properly in the first mountain. And I think now that we know how to use that, it'll be better. You get one tent, which is 3 uses, which is nice. You start with some climbing gloves, right, that helps you stuff. So we found both walking ones. The scientist starts with the hiking staff, and the journalist starts with a climbing axe. Yeah, we found both of those. Right. This dude starts with fur gloves instead for body temperature, which I think early game the climbing gloves probably better, but you get the hiking staff. Okay. And you can just gain experience on 40 hours in 4 hours. 180 experience is probably good early game, but I feel like that would, you know, it gets used less and less. And you get extra camera distance, which is really good because you can see further. Yeah, we found a dead scientist and a journalist. That's what happened, yeah. Ignores negative weather and terrain effects for 4 hours, so that could be a cool cooldown. And they get heavy boots. We'd found heavy boots as well. And some hot tea. And some fur gloves. Okay, yeah, we found a dead journalist. Alright, let's take a scientist run this time. You have a revolutionary theory. You believe there is an undiscovered source of electromagnetic energy that could generate enough energy to power the entire world. Experts have derided and dismissed your theory as science fiction, but your colleagues' narrow-mindedness only fuels your desire to continue your research. When you learn of a mysterious island that essentially appeared out of thin air on the back of a turtle. Wait, what? You see your chance according to your initial calculations. The conditions in the massive mountain range are ideal for an electromagnetic hotspot. The radiation should be strongest on the peaks. You will need to scale the summits to prove your theory once and for all and restore your reputation. Normal. Man, we got ripped on normal. Can you make it to the top? The standard difficulty, challenging but doable. Mountain 1. Scale the first itty-bitty summit and find proof of source of electromagnetic power. Okay. So, stable ice. Now, this is where I think knowing the characters would be better, but you know how it showed us what our characters have? If we could mouse over and see that, then we could see where they go. So, what do we have? We had a walking stick and fur gloves, right? We didn't have any boots, I don't think. Right. So we don't want the weather one. I think that's bad. Rough terrain kind of sucks, though. But weather's bad. And stable ice is... No, let's stick with rock. Icy terrain provides better grip, which I guess means you just don't have stuff. But anyway, we'll take stone and rough terrain. Lawrence barefoot climb. First summit. Ever since you arrived on the island, you knew it was exactly the place you've been looking for. Readings from your instruments are off the charts, even at the base of the mountain. And besides that, reclusive indigenous people, remnants of a mysterious occupying force that kept the existence of the island a secret for years, and rumors of a research station. Can all of that be a coincidence? You look up at the summit, it will be a long journey, but you are spurred on by the thought that you might finally find proof of the source of electromagnetic readings you've been seeking for so long. Gain some experience. One of the things with events that can give you the exploration is maybe the first time you see an event and you pick one of the options, that one becomes discovered now. So every time you get that event, you'll at least see the outcomes of that one, even if it's only a percentage chance. Or maybe it just shows you like how many times you've picked it and what the outcome has been. At any rate, what do we have? So we get Eagle Eye. Maximum camera distance. Duration 0 hours. So I'm guessing you use it and it's this turn only? That seems a bit weird. I thought that would be permanent because we've got glasses. Or we could just take some experience and gain a level right now. We could spend 4 hours and gain a level. I think that might be something to do at night instead of walking. Maybe. Do you still lose per hour? You still lose temperature per hour? I think you do. But probably not as much as walking, right? At any rate, where's the summit? Oh, there's the summit. So it's really simple. We just click here, right? And we go. Look at that. Easy. I mean, we'll be dead, but we won't lose much oxygen. Okay, so we should probably just go to this one first, right? What do we got as our gear? Walking stick. So flat or climbing by 1. That is going to give us a level. Level is... man. Man. Okay, let's just... have your lunch, man. Oh, we also want to change it to faster pace. A thin wisp of smoke rises up into the sky in front of you. You turn a corner around a wall of a cliff and discover a campfire. Flames already licking the sides of cans placed around it. Collect snow to put out the fire. We lose 20 degrees, but that's fine. Outcome is unknown if we stamp it out. I think we're going to get injured if we stamp it out. But it's warm enough that we're going to gain body temperature from walking around, I think. We level up and we gain a can of food. Okay, reduced energy cost on all terrain seems really good. And the downside is taking direct path might make you miss out on events. We're still going to not take direct path, but it means we're not going to... It says on all terrain, not just climbing. Even though it's called steep climber, right? Oh, it's an active ability though. Whenever you use a consumable, you get some sanity. That would have been useful last run. When we were dying, though. Reduce sanity loss outside of events. No, I think, even if it's only once a day, you know, minus 40% energy cost is still minus 40% for 3 hours. And I think we should possibly be taking it now. Okay, how do we get to there? Is that all minus ones? Wait, we're not going to there, we're going to there. So that costs 10 energy to go that way. Let's try if we go like there. And then to there. That's only 7 energy. Oh, hang on. Use this. Oh, did you get a piece for the top right on the character sheet? Time lapse. Yeah, what is it? charm. A lucky charm. Animal research. Hidden behind a wall of rock, you discover a snowed-in shack. It looks abandoned. You must have stumbled across the guard post of the former occupiers. Let's go inside. There's an unpleasant smell in the air. You cannot pinpoint its source. Beneath a folding cot, you discover a thick clump of fur with torn-out pages next to it. You're just about to take a close look at the pages when you hear a snarl from outside. Alright, let's look. They are hand-drawn sketches of cougars. They show the animals in their natural habitats, including mountainous regions. Suddenly you hear another snarl, closer this time. A cougar? Here? That can't be. Or can it? Well, I mean, we're in the shack, right? And it's the start of the run and we're full health. Let's stay and have a look. You find some provisions in a locker. Just as you are tucking them into your pack, you feel something sharp pierce your shoulder. Without a second thought, you slam your elbow into the attacker's face and flee the shack. You hear wild snarling coming from behind you. You need to put some distance between yourself and the shack before you can stop to treat your wound. Okay, we got a tent and oxygen though. And we only lost 3 hit points and stuff. Wouldn't you just shut the door to the shack before searching around though, right? That's definitely worth. Is there a better way? It's too long. I think that's going to be the best way. Alright, let's see. 1 hour 33 minutes. 7.4 energy. I don't think we get a better climb. So we can do it in 2 hours 51 minutes and use 8.4 energy. No, it's not going to be. There's also a cave there. Caves aren't as good as I kind of want them to be. Maybe if you have a torch, maybe they're better. We discover an intact tent. There's nobody in sight, but embers in the fire pit are still glowing. The camp is obviously being used by someone. It could contain valuable items. Well, I'd rather not steal. You know, maybe someone comes by and we can talk to them. Search the camp. Oh, it's going to cost us some sanity because we know it's being used. Well, that's the penalty. A tent with an unusual symbol catches your eye. You plunder it and find valuable equipment. Got some climbing gloves. As compared to temperature gloves? Okay. So how do we balance this then? We're going to want to have our temperature up, which I think happens just by moving, right? And I wonder if that's because of the gloves. So if we put that on, our temperature's still going up, just not as much. All right, so we want to conserve energy, so we'll have the energy gloves on for now. How's that path look? Looks fine. Hang on. .6 energy instead of 7.2. That's a winner. It's the old woman. We can get our 2 hit points back, or we can warm up. We're warming up at the moment anyway. So let's grab that. No, it wasn't even a full heal. Okay, so if we're wanting to get to like there. Oh wow. There's treasure over there. I wonder what that symbol is. So we're gonna have to climb down at some point. But I think probably... Let's get to there first. I didn't see a symbol there. So whether it's just a completely random event or I just missed it. Lying on the ground are 2 dead mountaineers. It looks like they haven't been there for long. You recognize the symbol on their clothing. It's the same as the one on the tent you plundered. Oh, good. So we stole their stuff, but they won't be needing it. So we should gain sanity? Why are we losing more sanity? Alright. Active ability, reduce cost on stone for 6 hours. Not bad. It's got a 36-hour cooldown, so kind of bad. 50% though. Reduce time cost on all terrain, or prevent critical interruption events. Active ability. I think reduce time cost on all terrain is good. The passives seem a lot better. Yeah, I think there's fine. Go straight down from that one and run across like that. They died after I stole? Yeah, but we found them on the way from their place to here. So unless we stole from them, they went back and went, oh, we're going to die, and then ran ahead of us. Oh, there's a thing there. That might be worth going for. Okay, so definitely worth planning the paths that don't do vertical climbs. Dig out the chest. Find a vacuum flask filled with tea. Where are we headed next? Okay, so there's a symbol here that's just... We don't see it now, but it's on that one there. Oh, is that when... That's when it's going to be nighttime? I think. Obviously my sanity is slipping. It does go down very slowly. I wonder if it stays at 100 if it's... Because I thought it stayed at... Like ours was at 100 forever on the other one. Okay, so if we do that, we will lose cold. We'll lose cold. We'll lose temperature. But I think it's worth doing at night because then you sleep for... Well, let's have a look at the sleep option. We can use the tent and gain body temperature, or we don't lose the tent, lose a lot of body temperature and sanity. So we're going to gain 3.9, which looks like it's going to fill us up. So let's do our research first. Get that experience. Already lose the body temperature for it, and now sleep in the tent, and we get most of that back. We get all of that back. So that's kind of the plan. You do your research. Oh man, now it's a blizzard. Also, let's try this ability out and see what it looks like. Okay, it does. It lasts for 8 hours. Remaining time active, 0. Slight visual bug there, maybe. Okay, there's something there. So we're going to choose if we're going to go left or right. I think we're going to take the right path there. Looks like we can get up around that way without too much climbing. Nice. Wait, what? Oh. Get wrecked, Panz. There is no go up the right path. How much climb did we lose? Not too much. But we might have headed very left if we'd known that. Okay, there is a very left that way. Does lead to a climb anyway. There's a shrine here which I think we should be aiming for. We get an eagle. Warmth is good. Let's get our sanity up. That's a problem. What runs out when we get there? Oh, that one's too tall to climb up. Okay, so we want to maybe hit that and then that. temperature looks good. So this would be something inspiring. I thought the eagle would have been more of that than a shrine. A limestone cave. You enter an expansive cave. Countless stalactites hang from its ceiling, some of which are longer than your arm. Water droplets trickle gently from the tips of the stalactites under the rocks and into the pools below. Soothing tinkling sound they make as they land leaves you feeling calm and relaxed. Rock formations must be many thousands of years old, dating back to before the first traces of people on this island. Makes you happy to think anything could endure for so long. You too are here to achieve something that will outlast you. Some people will talk about you for years to come. Ah, nice. Full sanity. And a level up. Flat terrain expert. Specialized in moving through flat terrain. Light steps 1. Reduced energy cost on all terrain. Okay. Night climber. No, we want to... Yeah, let's... Energy cost down. Energy cost is good. Okay, getting to that one's not too bad. I think we can avoid a climb though. I don't think we can do anything to avoid that climb though. Alright. It is getting close to night. We won't get to do our research this time, but the event might take us enough into the night that we sleep off the rest of it. Oh, it's the goat. We reached the goat. Oh no, we spot an indigenous man. Well, they've got a picture of a goat. He's relaxing, enjoying a meal while his goats frolic around him. When he notices you, he beckons you over. You approach the goat herd. The goat herd smiles at you and shares his provisions. You thank him for his generosity. Oh, he's given us some drugs. Thanks, buddy. Alright, now we want to try and go over that way to the shrine. Alright. Now, what the problem is when we go for another one. Okay, there's options. That's going to take us into the night. We'll pray and then rest. Energy cost of climbing increased, but we're not climbing. Remember, the one rise difference is just walking. We're very tired though. It looks like we're tired. The old woman at the hut. Can we get health or warmth? Boo. So this is what I should have done. I should have slept before coming here. Because if we get cold overnight, then warmth would have been an option. Health is still, take the hit points, but the 6 degrees is not a big deal. And we are going to be sleeping here, I think. Yeah, so we could have gone with, we could have slept without a tent and then used the warm heal. We're gonna go for a long sleep anyway. We'll drop our temperature to 70 degrees, and then hopefully we'll warm up during the day, right? Easy, right? We have a thermos. Didn't gain a lot of energy though. Oh, that's a fair amount of energy for that. Okay. The night sequences give you the perfect amount of anxiety with lack of vision. Yeah. It's quite a sharp transition too. You enter a cave, it is sheltered from the wind. Further back you see a small tunnel leading into the darkness. We'll explore, and we won't get to do anything, and we'll get in. We'll get some experience, but you don't. Doesn't seem you get anything. Doesn't take any time to do that, but experience is experience, so you should take it, I guess. You're running a night build? I'd be curious to see how that goes with the night temperature loss. Let's go that way and get those supplies, yeah. I'm actually losing body temperature here. I should swap to the other gloves, I guess. Oh, we got the plane. Examine the wing. You're dumbfounded. The wing is riddled with bullet holes. Could this be the work of occupiers? As you contemplate the plane's pilot's fate, you notice a billowing cloud of snow in the near distance. Avalanche. You grab your gear and bolt. Achievement unlocked. Take cover. Increase sanity gain in events. Lose fewer health in events. Increase maximum energy. Yeah. Plus 40 energy. Okay. Our energy didn't go down. You just don't get the same percentage. You don't gain any. So it just looked like it went down there. So that'll be good if we can get on top of that. Right, we're using energy too quickly right now, so I think swapping over to slow things down, like don't use the less energy, but I still want the time cost in there. But if the option is temperature over it, does that mean we're still gonna lose temperature? We need something else. We need another perk that's going to help us with that, I think. There's another shrine there. It's dry and sheltered from the wind. However, you notice a strong smell. Follow the smell. It's a small water hole. Intricate light pattern that mesmerizes us. Gives us some sanity and some experience. Interaction. Oh, it's the eagle again. Give us that warmth, yeah. It's looking good. Let's just go to there. In case we want to track up that way, but I don't think we do. As you stand under the deformed skeleton of a tree, you look up and stifle a scream. A parachute is tangled in the treetop. Dangling from its cords are the mortal remains of an unknown man. Climb the tree to take a closer look. It's going to cost some energy, or pull the body down, which is going to cost us some temperature. I think that our energy is worth more. Dead man is wearing a uniform. Military. Did he die on the line of duty? Maybe he was something to do with that plane. Maybe he has a family waiting for him. You're overwhelmed with grief and shame because the dead soldier is carrying supplies you desperately need. You dismiss your pangs of guilt and tuck his equipment into your pack. Well, what have we got? Boots. Ooh. Okay, crampon. Energy cost on ice. Doesn't mean we really want to go on the ice, but the option's there. Also, we do have food and it's a lot of energy from the food. I think that's gone up. Like, that must be a percentage. So having more max gives you... looks like it makes food worth more. That's really interesting how that works. I guess it makes sense, right? A healthy meal gives you... Well, people with more energy eat more food. Is that a thing? I don't know. Let's see if there's a longer way around that's not as harsh. Where's the nightfall button? That's there. It's there. Okay, so we don't actually get through there. We have to... Oh, no, we could... Ah, okay. It's unpassable down there somewhere. Alright, so we're either going... That takes us right into the middle of the night. We run out of energy there. If we go that way, it's about the same. We haven't made it as far up if we're going that way. And I wish you could get... I guess it's the way the camera works. It feels frustrating, but it makes sense because your guy wouldn't be able to tell. You know, like, you get a little bit of an advantage with some stuff, but for the most part, like your dude. I think we're going that way. Yeah. That's when night is going to be. I should have used that already. Keep forgetting to use that. Okay. Nightfall, eh? So we can sleep and then research. Using the tent here is going to that it's going to cost us temperature as well. I wonder if there's a... Let's see what happens if I use the tent there. Still losing the temperature. It's going to gain. Okay, go there. I mean, kind of. Maybe. I think it's better than going up the middle. Okay. The warmth gloves on. Okay, let's do that. Could swap to the 10%ers, but... Okay, drink your tea this time, Panz, instead of letting it go completely cold again. Your gaze wanders up the towering vertical rock face. Your eyes caught by cast irons. Oh, we can climb the wall this time. Okay. Hooks creak alarmingly as you use them to pull yourself upwards. You hesitate. A fall from this height could kill you. Slowly you creep up inch by inch until you finally reach the plateau and shelter in a rocky niche. This place has provided refuge to mountaineers before you, and they left something behind. Either way, we're getting all our energy back. And body temperature. And another 10. And a level. Significantly reduce the time. Spend more time when moving, but ignores dangerous terrain. Oh, that's an active ability. Spend some body temperature to increase oxygen. No. I'll take the passive. I think we're sort of heading over around that way. But, like, unless we... So what's that costing? 11.7 energy in an hour 37. 14 in 34 minutes. It's all about the energy conservation. And the number of things. $9.5. There we go. I wonder if potentially that way was... Impressed by the beauty of this game? Yeah, it's definitely like the combination of just pure fundamentals of game design and all the technical and trade skills that go into it. We hear some stones, and one of them hits us on the torso, and we lose 3 hit points. Bugger. I mean, everything is done, like, the artwork is done to a level which is better than good. I wouldn't say great, but somewhere in between. But it's done in a way that, I don't know, like, it's just very clever. Like, it's been put together in a way that the simplicity enhances the overall look. Plus energy when reaching a point of interest. That's a very strong perk, yeah. As you walk past a massive crevice, you hear faint cries for help. Looking into its depths, you identify an unfortunate mountaineer at the bottom of the chasm. Well, we climb down, yeah. Carefully you climb down. Shortly before reaching the bottom, you slip and land next to the unfortunate mountaineer. With great effort, you manage to save the mountaineer. His gratitude is beyond words. Okay, so the problem is we slipped and now we're dead. Really? But it is, like, normally you get tile set stuff, they either look extremely repetitious or sometimes very, like, the tiles are ugly. Or they don't work because they've had too much put into them. But these, you know, nice and simple, like, you know, without getting too technical, you'd see there's very, very little elevation change on the top face. But then you get again, the technical stuff that makes the texture give, you know, and it's more than just the 3D looking art style. There's some other things in there that help the graphics do that. But yeah, there's just enough in them to, and even though we can see like common elements, like there's the 2 rocks here and there's those 2 rocks there. In fact, it might even be an identical tile. Man, I had to actually, yeah, well, yes, it is an identical tile. In fact, and that's the thing, like now that I look at another one, I don't care that one's almost identical, it's got a different corner. But until I'd looked at that and really sort of focused, I didn't even notice. Oh man, they stand out a little bit now. But it just doesn't, like... I think also it's got the stuff in here that's not tiled, like this, that you can't path on. And that break between them really sort of takes away from the fact you're playing on a hex thing. I mean, obviously the pillars are there, but that's part of the gameplay. And it gives you that visual look of I'm climbing there or I'm not climbing here. But yeah, it's done so well. I'm really impressed so far. And as long as I can cleanly make the mountain and the first one wasn't just beginner's luck. That one might not be the case. We might need to... Do we have... Oh, food. We'll take some food. Well, we're at the end of the day. We could sleep. Sleep twice? We've got 2 tents. We could go double sleep. I think we go double sleep here. Also, I'm going to bring up the sleep menu and see what it does. Oh, it uses the tent. Okay, cool. And it uses the one that's only got 1. So we're going to get some energy. We're just going to do a double sleep, not a long sleep. We'll do a long and a single. No, two singles is fine. So this mustn't be a cold enough night. Maybe because it's clear weather or something. We enter a cave. Lay down and sleep. No tent needed, but you still lose body temperature. And it's during the day. Why would you do that? Follow the light. We get the fireflies. So some sanity and some experience. Let's hit the master climber deal. And we definitely want the shrine, right? It's the old woman. Some strength, please. Warmth is good enough. I was going to say energy, not strength. But... Now from here... I think those supplies are worth going for. Yeah. You trip and bang your knee. Cursing up a storm, you kick a rock you tripped over, revealing a crack in the ground. It seems as though someone has used this crack to hide their possessions. Examine the crack. Make the crack bigger. Let's examine the crack first. That's a lot of energy. Reaching the crack, touch something soft, and then you cut yourself on a sharp edge. You yank your hand back out, cursing a scarlet spurt of blood splatters the snow. Frustrated, you give up on searching the crack to focus on nursing your wound. Oh wow, it's... okay. Ends in 24 hours. Okay, so we've got to watch our height climb now. What does this one do? Let's try. I don't know if I can notice anything. While climbing next to a flat crevice, you lose your footing and start sliding down. After a few feet, you manage to catch yourself. Energy to thing. We'll slide for a few hours and get a bit cold. I mean, it sucks, but I don't want to be expending energy. Okay. One at a time. That one hurts. That 50% energy cost. Okay. That's probably the best way up. And then we can go straight up to there. I think we're going to want these. So just go to there. Yeah. We step on a treacherous piece of rock, twisting our ankle. An extra 50% energy for 24 hours. We are... okay. Having a bit of issues. We're going to camp on a very exposed mini summit, hey? Half buried in the ground, you find a weathered stone plaque. It seems to be very old. Oh, we don't have the energy to dig it up. Rude. Okay, well, let's quickly go here and get awe-inspired. We hear the melody of the mountain. That's nice. We're sleeping from here? If we do a long sleep, 10 hours, we still won't be able to research, so we'll just do 2 briefs. Okay, definitely using tent. Or we could sleep long and walk in the cold a little bit. Temperature's reasonable. We won't have the energy though. 48 energy is a bit more. It's not as efficient use, but it's kind of weird how like it's 6 hours or 10 hours, and you've got a 12-hour. I mean, that kind of works well. You can get a couple 6-hour sleeps and skip the night cycle. Okay, so we're looking at that. No. So that's 4 hours, just under 4 hours, 27 energy. That's just over 5 hours, under 17 energy, but we had a few over that way as well. All right. We could... Depends what we want to do from there. Like, we're heading up that way. Do we go for this interaction? I think we do. It does mean, though, we have to walk across ice and snow twice each, instead of just going up this way and being on our way. Stop here for a second. The other option is this way. Cave into shrine. Though that... Oh, probably around that side of the mountain. Hey Gru. Oh mate, the game's amazing. We started the stream off with it and it's... I'd only planned to like check it out for a couple of hours and I very quickly realised I'd be playing it for the whole stream. No problems with that. I can't remember what around the back of the mountain looked like there. But here we get like a... I get a couple hazards there though. That's not worth it for the shrine. There's a lot of hazards there though. That's fine. Long crevice hinders your advance. There's a narrow spot where you could attempt to jump. You make the jump and land safely on the other side. Good. Good. You discover a large leather saddlebag lying on the ground. Right next to it, you discovered faded hoof prints. You find some herbs in the saddlebag. Okay, well, good for sanity, bad for health, though, but, you know, we'll take the drugs. Oh, okay. So now we can we could probably go that way. How much climbing do we save? Let's find out. That terrain is looking terrible right there up on this shelf, though. We do have some rock on the outside. Okay, so we want to go there. 21. That's sort of putting us at 22. I think that's going to be a lot harder to climb across as well, so we probably want to be going up this side. Which now makes me wonder, should we have gone that way? Or do we go across the face? Okay, we're going to go to here and then decide. And then we'll either go across the front or up there. That's nice. We'll go across that. Death zone. Oh, we're in the death zone now. We probably should have slept beforehand. Decreased energy cost for a short time. Decreased oxygen loss for a longer time. Mend wounds instead. Okay. I don't know if that... It doesn't look like that makes... You'd have to go all the way across and climb up there. Here are a couple of stones and one hits you in the torso. Dang it. We're really good at catching stones on our chest. Alright. Over the top and then... Look at all the stuff there. You'd have to go way out of your way to get those. I think that could have made it up, but it would have been... I think it would have been a worse climb. Where do we want to get to? Probably the supplies. That's not terrible. Come across the remnants of a wolf's head. Oh, you need energy to do that, hey? Yeah, dang. I've come across that one before and haven't been able to do anything. Okay, where's the... Do we want to backtrack to the shrine? Ooh. And then we have to decide if we want to go... Okay, maybe we can... Maybe we can hit it across that way instead of going straight up the front here. In which case then... Yep. And then we might even be able to get to the shrine there. And depending how we go with time, we could end up sleeping in the cave overnight. Be really lucky. Find a backpack concealed under a thin layer of snow. Boot prints lead away from the spot in a zigzag pattern and disappear behind a rock. Dude, we're going to get mugged. Yeah, let's continue the journey. That doesn't feel good, right? That's like someone setting a trap. Now we get it from here. We do get a better look over here. So can we make it up the mountain? There's a problem. Look from here. Like getting across, you never. That's the issue, right? How do you make that? Although, hang on, from like there, can we get across anywhere? Yeah, that looks rough. I think I want to be going up from here, which means we don't go shrine. I think we do go the shrine and come back, though. What are we missing out on there? Energy? Okay, so that's the problem. We'd have to go a really long way around to get to it. or climb all the way down there. Oh man, that's gonna be okay. We kind of need to know what happens there before we try to push on. We're probably sleeping as well. Research into sleep? Possibly research into sleep, yeah. Twisted ankle for 24 hours. Rough, dude. Okay. How are we getting across? There's no nice... I don't think there's a nice clean way up the back. But if we go across that way, that doesn't look too bad up that side. We can get across there. Okay. Sleep first. Oh, running out of energy there. Okay, that's why. Then research, sleep, push forward. Long sleep. Okay, that takes us into daytime. We do lose 15 degrees, lose some oxygen, we gain energy. And it's storming. Of course it's storming. Gotta get up to the sun. Okay. We still have food and a thermos of tea. Yeah, and oxygen. We don't have any bandages. We've also got some drugs. I'll keep us sane. And we are gaining gaining temperature. Reach a small plateau with monoliths arranged in a circle. Oh, it's the guy knocking the stones over. We can watch him and he gets angry at us, right? We can try to stop him. We haven't tried to stop him. We probably should. Let's try to stop him this time to see what happens. You approach the figure, their faces concealed by shadows. When they notice you, they back away, whispering what sounds like threats. When you feel a stabbing pain in your chest, your vision goes black and your legs give way. When you come to, the stranger disappeared along with the pain in your chest. You set up the overturned obelisk in their original position, discovering provisions in the process. So, okay, we get oxygen. It only costs us 2 health, though. And we get sanity, so it's probably worth stopping him. I think that's worth stopping him. Reduces energy cost on ice. Active. Another active. Prevent critical interruption events, which is kind of okay. I like the passive. Increase sanity gain in events. And how much we laughed at that on the first run until second mountain, and we're like, okay. Which ultimately killed us. Well, nah, it was the final nail, but we could have gotten there different ways. Looks like we need to do a 2-point climb somewhere. I'm trying to see if there's any other ways we don't. We might even need 2 of them. There's a shrine there, but wow, look. The final approach on this mountain is way steeper than the first mountain on our previous run. Like that one's just, that's just death. Look at that climb. So that's not happening. I think we need to sort of get around the back and see what's happening maybe up that way. So from like there. What are we doing there? 23 energy. That's got 2... That final climb's going to have to happen. Unless we get closer and we don't need it. 1, 2... 3... No, is there any other way? 1, 2... Okay, that's that way. Use this. Ah, that's why you call it Master Climber. You do it in a spot when you have to climb, not just to run across the flat, of course. There's no easy ascent there. There is a cave. It looks like we're climbing here no matter what. Really hook it into the energy supplies soon. I kind of want to get to the top before I use energy or anything else, just so I can see where the exit is. Okay. I don't want to be climbing at night. I think we use the energy here. The food. Discover a tree. How does it survive up here? 5 sanity's nice. Experience, good. Okay, so that's a climb to the top. That's all we can do. Plant our flag. Find out where we set up next base camp. You made it to the summit. You don't waste any time. You switch your instruments on immediately. The rising pitch of beeps makes your heart skip a beat. But then reality hits you like a punch in the gut. You might be measuring high levels of electromagnetic radiation. The levels are still lower than you'd expected. It's not enough to prove your theory. You're tired and depressed. Cast your eyes about aimlessly. A second peak looms behind a shroud of mist, higher than the first. And just like that, your confidence comes rushing back. You are certain that the radiation levels will be higher than here. But first you need to head back and find a safe place to rest and recover. Alright, there it is. So where did we start? Somewhere down there. Yeah, and we climbed across the face, sort of down there, didn't we? We came up. We climbed across that bit. Yeah, we were like way down there. Okay, so probably just down through that way, right? And then out through here somewhere. Which means we want to get to... I want to get to this shrine first, but I don't want to die doing it. Oh look, Death doing it. Okay, so we are going to lose oxygen. We're going to gain temperature though. We go the long sleep. And then we'll use an oxygen tank. That's so much energy to lose. What do we do really though? We can go for another sleep. We can go for a short sleep. We're still going to lose the energy though. But I'd rather do the short sleep during the day. And it's going to be clear, so we'll have less energy cost of climbing. I think for this one, this is where, okay, let's put climbing gloves on then instead of warming gloves. Should have done that on the way up. Swap to climbing gloves. Because our temperature's good. Sanity's good too, right? It's our bald golden eagle. Let's grab some warmth. Okay, yeah, we're definitely heading out the back there, so we can work our way around. So we either have to climb up here and sort of make our way down that way, or we make our way down here, maybe? But I think that takes us a much further way around and doesn't gain us much. I think we're better off coming over the top here and heading just straight down. It's only a small climb. There's a thing there. Whether we get it, I don't know. It's a cave. Less interested in the cave, more interested in that one. I should have checked the cost of climbing all the way down that one versus a couple of smaller climbs. I can check when we get to sort of here. Let's see what the reverse cost would have been. We were like there. So which means we have to go to there anyway. So we'll check to this one. So energy-wise, that costs 11.5. And if we go... That's 10.9, so we would have saved 0.6. I should have checked. And because we did those climbs, I should have been using my Master Climber for 40% reduction since the climbs... Panz, pay attention. Let's do it, use it here. Yeah, you want to use that. That's why it's called Master Climber. Even though it's on all terrain, you want it when you're dropping, like, when you're making actual climbs, not just running across. Yeah. Okay. That's a lot closer than it looks. That's what I learned from. Like, that was definitely a big takeaway of the losing at the last run. Like, it's a lot closer when you get towards the end. The height looking up, because you have moments where you're either climbing up a sheer face or you're walking around to go up just steps. So looking from the bottom to up to the summit looks a lot further away, and you've got a bit of height on it. But once you get down the initial height, there's not too many steep drops here, so getting across doesn't take as long. The real issue is when we get to there, what happens? I can't... Okay, there is a... No, he's coming back that way. And then heading around that way. I don't... That doesn't feel so good. Whereas coming back this way, we'd probably just not go that and go straight around. But then what happens? We go to there. Oof. Supplies. We might be able to make a better decision once we get to there. But at the moment we're looking for that. We're looking to take this inspirational scene, I guess it's called. Have to hit the ice. Do you want that one? If any. ice. Dang. We're getting fatigued. Do we have any energies? No. Just sleep. We don't have tent. That's gonna be rough. That's so bad. We do have a thermos though. Oh, oxygen. Okay, we're gonna use the oxygen tank. Also, I should have been using the... I should have been sleeping in the gloves. That's definitely when you've got warmth, anything, you should be swapping it over to your, basically like swapping over to your sleeping kit. I'm okay with that. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're okay with that. Shrine. Limestone cave. Feeling calm and relaxed. Decent salary chunk. Careful steps. Spend more time when moving, but ignore dangerous terrain. Okay, it's an active though. Increase maximum body temperature. Yeah, that's really good. Because now that's worth 46 degrees. Plus we can get to our maximum body temperature up higher at the start of like the next. That's bad. Although, a lot of single steps there. That might be the way out. Is there a shrine? That climb is just brutal, isn't it? Actually, we can study first. And they'll walk during the daytime. And there's all this bad snow to walk across that's dead flat. And we'll have all that bad snow to walk across down there anyway, right? Come across a crevasse. You managed to catch yourself. Costs a little bit of oxygen or a lot of energy. Okay. Temperature-wise wasn't bad. I was considering going back to the energy saving gloves, but that happened. So if our feet gives way, you fall, but not far. Land the bottom flat, slowly crevice, and we get cold. But we're okay. Just. We do have a thermos, but temperature hasn't dropped yet. We get down to like it's just there. Like that. That's how far we currently make it. If we can path better, I think we get there. Oh, one hits us in the torso. Loose stone, that's okay. We can deal with that. Plus, we've got our mountain climbing thing. Oh, we discover a dead body. Search through the corpse or take a cursory look. We've got lots of sanity, so let's use some of that and get some equipment. Oh, we get a climbing axe. Okay, so that'll help with time for descending and stuff. Now we could possibly take... Oh, we can't take that path because... Oh, hang on, that's... There's a cave there, but we don't care for a cave. It's like 3 hazards that way. There's 4 right there. What's the energy difference? 9 versus 22. Yeah, see, that's like 17, but to get to there, like 9. Okay, that's why. It's only 11 if we go that way, but we've got more hazards. Let's... Easy. We've left the death zone. So oxygen's no longer an issue. Warmth shouldn't be as bad either, so we should keep our efficiency one on. We still got that thermos. Nice. Hopefully we can take that thermos with us to the next spot. Okay, we're there. We just need to get past the hazards. Is there any other option for... Oh. Alright, bless RNG. Okay, crevice. We crossed the snow bridge. We crossed the snow bridge safely. Oh, gee. You'd love to see a yodeling ability that causes an avalanche. Oh. I'd love to see me get to here. Safe and sound, no major injuries, and a thermos. You make camp in a sheltered depression in the rock. The climb took more out of you than you originally thought. You will need to rest longer than usual to recover. What good would it do to find the holy grail of power generation if you didn't survive the expedition to tell anyone about it? Restore all our sanity, get a lot of health back, energy and stuff. I love it. So these stat gains are percentages, right, at the end of the level, I believe. But because we gained max energy and max temperature, it's worth more to us. Mountain 1 normal. Beaten on scientist. You feel exhausted after that climb. Overconfidence. You are starting to feel overconfident. Plus 20% energy cost on all terrain. Rude. Because we did well. I guess that's the way of saying the next mountain there's a penalty, right? Which is, it's what happens. Things cost more. Yeah, Panz pretentious wanker. Pepper. But that's kind of rude. Like, the whole idea of doing really well was so we didn't get a penalty for Mountain 2. I wonder if it's the same penalty, or if they just have different ones, but it's the same stat penalty. Either way, we'll be hitting up Mountain 2. Very good. Very good. And I've been drinking my tea. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Very, very solid.